going to drive slow by my house and hope that nobody's outside or looking out the window. They never are, whoever lives there. Because I'm going to drive slow and get it on video. They see me, guess I'll have to run, I don't know. I'd really like to go in and take a look and see what the place looks like, and just, because, you know, after living somewhere for 18 years, and that was 35 years ago, you know, it's interesting to see and think. But this is it right here. This is my place. My mom and dad, where I grew up, my sisters. Both mom and dad are gone, and one of my sisters. So I'm gonna kind of pan in here and get a better look. There we go. Let's see here. There we go. There's the backyard. We used to have a pool back there. This is the house. It used to look, of course, somebody's outside, wouldn't you know? I don't care. I'll even tell these people what I'm doing. I don't care. Hello.
Oh, hello.
I used to live there, just videotaping it. I grew up there. I lived there for 18 years.
Oh, there?
I lived there till 1985.
Oh, and I bought this in 86.
Did you really?
Yes.
So you're not a doctor, are you? Oh no, you must have bought it from the doctor that we sold it to.
Yes.
I'm sorry if you don't mind. Take this off.
Thank you.
But yeah,
The doctor,
we moved in 85, in December 25th of 85, and my mom sold it for $80,000, which back then that was because the real estate was so bad. And then we found out not too long after that, maybe 5 or 10 years, it was worth like 180 or something like that. We moved to Auburn Hills, and I live in Waterford again, but so I drive through every once in a while. I mean, this is where I grew up, you know. And I was just thinking, man, I wonder what that place looks like inside. I remember how the rooms were, and I'm like, always used to think, yeah, they probably knocked the walls out and did this with the ceiling. We had the big old green furnace in the basement, monster furnace. I'm like, they probably replaced that. And that was our rec room, and then the other room was my bedroom at one time, was my sister's. My room was in the very back corner. My mom's was right across the way. I had a sister that had the knotty pine upstairs. It's all knotty pine. My sister had the big room on the one side, and the other room was storage. Yeah.
so this couple has lived there, I don't know.
Oh, you live here?
I live,
Oh, okay. So you bought from the Peltiers.
I guess, I can't remember. So,
An real older couple, yeah.
yes. So these guys, this is where you lived, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They moved in, I'm going to say 88, 89.
Okay.
Maybe 90s even. I can't remember, because there was a doctor,
Right.
and then there was a young couple that wound up getting a divorce. They weren't here that long, and then these guys bought it.
Right.
Yeah.
They've probably been there a while, because I remember I see the boat. I drive through, like almost every year I'll come through and go, hey.
Yeah.
And one time I took a picture of it, and I'm like, hey, I showed my sister and my friends, and I thought, I'm just going to drive by and videotape it this time, just so I can look at it and go, hey, that's where I lived.
They're pack rats, but
Yeah.
their backyard is exactly...
My dad there used to be a roof over the back patio. He built that whole patio. He put the roof over it. He put the grill in. We used to have a pool with floodlights for the backyard. He did all that stuff. He was an electrician. Yep.
Childhood memory.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Thanks a lot. Take care.
Take care.
That was definitely worth coming through here for. That's cool. I didn't ask her permission to put that on YouTube, but I wouldn't think that she would care. I hope it doesn't go across any guidelines I can't really see as it would, since I I get 2 to 5 hits off of each thing I put on there. I know my stuff is boring, but I'll tell you what, man, I've seen some things on there that would make, the paint would peel off the wall instead of drying, and, libraries would be jealous of how boring and just repetitious some of the things are I see on there. And I'm like, how does this guy get 5,687 hits on there, and he drives all over the place, and, not that I'm trying to make money doing this. It sure would be nice to be able to do that and drive around and videotape other than within a 10-mile radius, because you might run out of gas. I would do this all the time, but yeah, and I would love it. It would be such a great privilege and honor to do something like that. It would be awesome. I could see how anybody would get into it. It would be great. I enjoy just doing this. Not getting anything out of it, checking back every day to go, hey, look, this one, I've got one video in there that's got almost 80 hits. I'm like, wow, it's actually been climbing up 5 to 10 a day, and I'm impressed with that. Then I'm thinking about these people going, yeah, I just got my plaque for 10,000, and blah, blah, blah. We get our paychecks that come in, and then, oh, thanks for that $400 super chat. Oh, thanks for that $100 super chat. Oh, thanks for that $5 super chat. Thanks for the $10. I'm like, man, these people are raking it in. Wow. So that's a lot of money. I'm sure they have to pay taxes on that, probably, but that's awesome. It's like, well, next month I'll go buy a new van and, buy some more camera equipment. And not that I really need a lot more. People use their cell phones only, I'm using older, good, cheap Sony and Nikon equipment, and I'm definitely not a really good photographer by any means. I mean, I just kind of study the equipment that I have, and kind of just not too long ago figure out how to pop them up on YouTube, actually with my camera and my phone. I don't even have to use a laptop. There's a cord that just plugs right in from the camera, or you just pop your SD card out and stick it. The end of this cord just goes right in your phone, man, and dump it right onto YouTube. I don't have to come home at night and get my laptop out and, format my SD cards and reformat them. But anyway, that was so awesome, man. That made my day, that's for sure. I'm just gonna go to Dodge Park now, since I'm close to it. I was gonna go to there's another one, Marshbanks, one day, and then there's Optimus Park's really not even hardly a park, but Marshbanks would be nice. I'll take Kayla probably. But that was cool, and it did keep recording, so I have that, and that's awesome. I thought she said she lived there at first, and when I said, man, I would give anything to see the inside of that house, I thought maybe she'd say, well, give me a call sometime when my husband's here and he can come over. That would be cool. That would be cool. But she's lived there a long time, man. Next door. She bought from our neighbors, the Peltiers, because I know they were living there when we moved. Wow. That's cool. Well, she knows I wasn't lying because I explained the inside of the house in detail, and she knows it, so. And she says it hasn't changed. Oh my God. Dude, that's insane. I want to see it so bad now. I almost feel like going over there like an idiot and just knocking on the door and going, look, I'll describe the inside of your house if you let me just see it. I want to just look at it. I don't have to videotape it. That would be even cooler though, but just to go in and just for memory's sake would be really cool. I mean, I'd feel pretty kind of like, who is this guy? I don't know if he's gonna let this person in my house. What? He wants to see the whole inside of our house? they would feel that way at first. But then again, you know, the neighbor will probably end up talking to them. And she will tell them I stopped by, I'm sure. Because it sounds like she knows them pretty well. And then if I showed up a month or two later and said, hey, I drove by here, and they'll probably go, yeah, we heard. I mean, the worst they really could do is say no. They're not going to go, we're calling the police. I guess, you know, it'd be worth